Hello, crypto aficionados, and we might have some news of death and destruction for you today in the crypto world. First up, CRV might actually be dead. Very, very sad. The volume has dropped 97% since its hack 2 months ago, and the graphs do not look very good. So if we look at the CRV DAO token in the last month, it's been completely down, falling from 58 cents to 39 or 40 cents. And when your volume actually falls 97%, I think you are pretty much done. So let's play some taps for CRV to kind of remember it for what it once was. Do 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 do. And you can see on the 1 year graph, after the hack back in July, it slid right down the drain, all the way from 84 cents to less than half that value. I don't know if it's actually going to recover. Some of you might actually think it's a good time to pick up some CRV. I would have to disagree with you there, because I think, once again, this just might be damaged goods. So basically, it was hacked in late July, and the CRV's trading volume on centralized exchanges, especially Binance, fell from nearly 300 million to 7 million as of September 12th. Trackers show that CRV is available for trading in multiple centralized and decentralized exchanges, including Binance, Uniswap, and CRV. And of course, the popularity has fallen, and I'm not really sure after that hack, will it actually recover? So the thing is, like, a drop in trading volume often indicates that there's waning interest, but it also indicates that people don't really have much confidence in the project itself. So the thing is, like, the TVL has dropped by roughly, I would say 30%, but I think it will actually continue to drop. As you can see, the TVL there, definitely not doing all that well right now. So I'm not really sure if I would pick up CRV cheap right now, because I don't really think it's actually coming back. And of course, like, I think as long as the volume keeps dropping, I think that the project is going to be in trouble. It still has over $2 billion in TVL. So because of that, it's not entirely dead, of course. But right now, it does not look like a very healthy project. And of course, like, people are always going to be afraid that it's going to get hacked again. So right after it was hacked, it fell from 74 cents to 48 cents. And of course, it actually has gone to 40 cents now. And it could be a while, if forever, that CRV actually recovers. Unfortunately, that's bad for CRV investors, obviously. But I don't know if I would hold on to a dying coin right now whose liquidity is quickly drying up because people lost trust in your project. And that is CRV. Binance.us might be having a lot of trouble. Their CEO just left the building. And that's always trouble for your project if your CEO leaves. And along with the CEO, about a third of its staff has actually left, or they've actually cut about a third of its staff. And they said they have now like 7 years of financial runway. Yes, they've cut a lot of costs. Binance.us was pretty small anyways, and they're touting the fact that they're being a crypto-only exchange. Now, let's not forget, Binance itself was a crypto-only exchange for a while. But they're only doing this now, not by choice, because they've been kind of forced to. All their fiat on-ramps have essentially closed for Binance.us, so they are being forced into this predicament, and I don't think it's actually getting any better. Now, this does not mean that Binance.com is going to be destroyed. Yes, I know that that one guy did tweet today, I think Adam Cochran, he actually did tweet that he has some secret that might put CZ behind bars. Yeah, I don't really believe that. I think he's just like drumming up hype or like drumming up doom to actually sell the news outlets. I don't think he actually has anything, and I don't think CZ is going to be behind bars anytime soon. In fact, that SEC lawsuit against Coinbase and Binance, they are very likely to actually lose that lawsuit, especially if they can't get the Ripple appeal. But Binance.us is definitely not very healthy at all. So like CEO Brian Schroeder has left the crypto exchange, and the company has eliminated 1/3 of its workforce. So we know for sure that they are paring down and they're scaling down, probably because they don't have much business left. Coinbase is pretty dominant in the United States. And I've said this before and I'll say it again. I think the government in the United States actually wants to get rid of Binance so they can lift up their own exchanges. As long as Binance is here, I think the exchanges here are going to find it very hard to actually compete with Binance. And without Binance being here, they're just much more competitive. Because like there isn't someone that's like giving free Bitcoin transactions or free Bitcoin trades to actually compete with. The regulations in the United States do not allow Coinbase, Kraken, or any of those to actually compete efficiently with it. And as we saw with the whole Russia thing, the United States can actually force Binance to do whatever it wants when those things come up. So they really, really want to take down Binance.us in the United States so they can actually work with exchanges they control. Now, only a very small portion of Binance US's business is actually within Binance.com's business is within the United States. So it's not a significant part of their volume. I don't think it'll actually hurt their main company much. And they are still operating as a crypto only exchange, which means they are not exiting the market entirely. And of course, like, they're trying to sue Binance.us for money for violating securities laws. But like I said, I don't think that lawsuit's going to go particularly well for the SEC because I don't think they have enough evidence to actually charge Coinbase or Binance for really doing anything. And of course, like giving them 7 years of financial runway, maybe when regulations get better in the US, they can actually come back. I know it sucks to actually kind of lose Binance as an on-ramp because that forces you to use Coinbase, Kraken, and Gemini, but I do actually believe that's the industry's purpose in targeting Binance anyways, to get you off of Binance to use US exchanges because then they actually have control over those exchanges. They can be all KYC AML so they can get rid of that aspect of it. And overall, like that was probably their plan all along, to actually get rid of Binance.us in the United States and get rid of Binance's influence in the United States so that local crypto platforms could actually thrive without that competition. Stellar had a very lackluster announcement today. I think they just announced something on their website and then people were expecting something glorious, but they failed to deliver, so the price dumped. So basically, like, they've been hyping this up for days, but there was frustration when they made their announcement. So the announcement, they did an announcement like everyone is doing now. So the announcement that the Stellar cryptocurrency team shared days ago and created great expectations with countdowns seems to be a disappointment. That's right. This is why you should always buy the rumor and sell the news, because like 99 times out of 100, the announcement is actually disappointing. And even if it's not disappointing, the coin does actually tend to dump. According to the statement made by the coin's official X account, the big announcement that Stellar would make was a new website for the token. Obviously, people were expecting a great new partnership, huge adoption, or something else that just wasn't going to happen, unfortunately. And they just announced a new website. So basically, like, the wait is over. Here is the new Stellar was used. The motto of the new website is bringing Stellar to the real world. Obviously, no one really cared about bringing Stellar to the real world. They wanted some big kind of banking announcement or some kind of big partnership, and their coin proceeded to tank by about 10% afterwards. So the thing is, like, I don't think the Stellar community was really pleased with this. I think when you make such great expectations of an announcement, it better be like a major partnership or something that would like reward the users of the coin. And a new website just doesn't do it because anyone can obviously make a new website. So that's why Stellar actually dumped today, because the big announcement was a very big disappointment. I think I've heard rumors about what the Stellar announcement was going to be. Like, it would range from like, oh, they're going to be like a partner of a big bank. They're going to open up a lot of new remittance corridors, or they're going to get adopted even into something like Swift. Obviously, none of that happened. It was just an internal website. And obviously, they have a new motto, but no one really cared about that new motto at all. So Stellar, very big disappointment. And of course, overall, like, I don't really think too much of Stellar. I don't think it has that much of a future. I, once again, don't really understand why Stellar is even necessary. I know a lot of their CBDC stuff only uses the network. It does not actually use the token itself. And the whole thing about XRP is for banks and Stellar for retail never really made any damn sense to me. Why not just use one coin for both? That never made any real sense to me at all. I was like, oh yeah, if you just use one coin, it actually provides more liquidity for both. And it just makes way more sense to use either XRP or XLM for both instead of splitting it and using XRP for one and XLM for the other, if either of one of them is going to be used at all for either use case. So really, I think like they were hoping for like another big use case to prop up, another big partnership or something with the IMF or one of those conspiracy theories. None of that happened. It was just a website, and that's why Stellar fell. So that's the news for today. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe, hit that bell notifications button. Thank you and have a nice day.